First thing we're going to be talking about is basically solving equations. So kind of like Abigail was trying to do in the bell ringer, kind of like y'all did in Algebra and Algebra 2 with trig. So nothing new, just reviewing today. The first one's going to be a linear equation. What does it mean by linear equation? What do y'all know about linear equations? It has to do with lines. Linear means line. So linear equation is the equation of a line. I guess that's what you're trying to say. But yes, we will get into slope-intercept form later with linear equations. It's an equation that can be written in the form ax plus b equals 0, where a and b are real numbers and a can't be 0. So to solve a linear equation means to get x by itself. What does that mean in y'all's words, on words? To get x by itself in an equation. To solve for x. How do you know that you've solved for x in an equation? Once it's by itself, what does that mean? On one side of the... Good. One side of the equal sign by itself. So, for example, if you get x equals something, or y equals something, you know you've solved for it, right? So that's all we're going to be doing in A through H is solving for whatever variable we have. Okay, and there's 5 steps to solving equations. The first one, we want to eliminate any fractions, right? Everybody hates fractions. The second thing we want to do is eliminate any grouping symbols. That means parentheses or brackets. That's what I mean by grouping symbols. So we want to get rid of those. After we do that, we're going to combine like terms. We already talked about what are like terms. They have to have the same, what? Same what to be like term? Variable and exponent. We already talked about that. Then we got to get one variable and solve for it. Alright. So in this first one, there's no fractions, grouping symbols, anything like that. Can we combine anything on this side of the equal sign?
No.
No, they're not friends, right? Not like terms. We can't simplify this side. So now we're trying to get this y by itself. What's the first thing we should move?
Divide by
Alright, if we divide it by -6, like Antonio said, wouldn't that make a fraction right here and right here? Alright, so what should we do first? Good. We're just looking at the side with the y. We've already established we can't get rid of the -6 yet, so we have to get rid of what? The -8. And what's the opposite of -8? +8. Good. So we're going to add it to just that side. Right? No, what you do to one side, you have to do to the other one. So what's going to happen on this side of the equal sign? Good. And what comes down? -6y. What about on this side? Very good. And now to get y by itself, we need to get rid of what? Good. By doing what? Good. Does it bother y'all that I put -6 in the middle? Would y'all rather me do this? 6y equals 24 divided by -6 divided by -6?
It seems like more straightforward.
Okay, so it doesn't matter. Some people were confused by that, okay? Because some people thought I was doing the equal sign divided by -6. Everybody knows we can't divide equal sign by -6, right? Okay. So, finally, y equals what?
-4.
Very good. Alright, how do we know that this answer is right? Yes, you could plug it back in to make sure it works, right? I won't make y'all do that on every problem because I know it's a little time consuming, but on tests you should definitely go back and check. Alright, is everybody good with that one? Okay, cool. Moving on. So, part B. We got a lot of stuff going on. First of all, we don't have any fractions technically, they're decimals. What's the next step going to be?
Eliminating
Good. Here's our grouping symbols. How do we get rid of it? Distribute what?
0.5.
Very good, to both terms. So tell me what that's going to give us.
0.5.
Good. And now here's where you'll need your calculator, or if you want to do it by hand, that's fine. What is 0.5 times 2.8? 1 point what now? 4. Alright, so plus 1.4. Do we have to multiply this 0.5 by the c? Why? Very good. So we just put what? minus c. On this side, I'm going to leave it the same for now. Alright, so we eliminated the grouping symbol. Now we have to take care of like terms on each side of the equal sign. So I'm going to cover up this side. Can we combine anything on this side? Which ones? Good. So really, we're just doing 0.5 minus 1, right? What's the number in front of here? 1. Good. So what is 0.5 minus 1? Just 0.5? Good. Plus 1.4. Alright, we still haven't changed anything on this side. Alright, now we could do 2 things, or actually 4. What do y'all think we should do next? Alright, we've already combined like terms on each side, right? These aren't friends, these aren't friends. What do we do from here? No. Subtract what? Okay, so Abigail wants to subtract 0.3. What can we subtract it from on this side? Just the 1.4, right? Why can't we subtract it from here? Good, they're not like terms. So on this side, I'm running out of room, I'm going to come up here. Zoom out some. Alright, so on this side we have negative 0.5c. What is 1.4 minus 0.3? Alright, so plus 1.1 equals 0.6c, because these canceled out. Alright, from here, we have to do one thing. We don't have any other options. We have to do what? Good, because here's our c. We want to move this c over here so we can start to solve for it, right? So here's our constant. We have to move this on this side now. So plus 0.5c. We have 1.1 equals what? 1.1c. So now we have to divide both sides by what? 1.1. And what's 1.1 divided by 1.1? Good. Such an ugly problem for such a pretty answer. Alright, tell me how we feel so far. Is this stuff like really too easy, or is it? Okay. Way to be positive. Alright, how do we feel about it now though? Is this
It's good.
okay? We're good? Am I moving too fast? Darren, am I moving too fast? No? Okay. Alright, I want to do one more with you guys, and then I'm going to try to let y'all do the rest on your own, and then we'll go over it. So from C to H, which one do y'all want to work out together? F. Okay. These are the fractions. Got it. Okay, so obviously everybody's scared of fractions. I wish you weren't, and hopefully by the end of this class you won't be. But the first step, it says to what? Eliminate any fractions. So we're not trying to work with them. We're not trying to find a common denominator. We're trying to get rid of them. So how do you think we can get rid of the fractions? Multiply by what? Okay, that's a good idea, because multiplying it by its reciprocal gives you 1. Then the fraction would be gone. But whatever we do to one thing in this problem, we have to do to everything, right? So if I wanted to multiply 1/2 by its reciprocal, which is 2, don't freak out if you didn't know that, that would still leave these as fractions if we multiplied the whole thing by 2. But we do need to multiply it by something, but what are we going to multiply it by? Common denominator. Awesome. Okay? So for a common denominator, we got to find the common denominator between 4, 3, and 2. What's that going to be? Very good. So 12 is a number that all of these can go into. Let me zoom out a little bit. For real. For real. So all we have to do is not change the denominators. We're just going to multiply this entire thing by 12. Okay? So let me write it like this. Multiply by 12 over 1, 12 over 1. Okay, so I taught some of my classes a trick last year, but I don't think y'all liked it very much, did y'all? With the fractions?
How do you do?
like this one right here. If we were to multiply 12 by 1/2, notice how the ones are going to cancel out.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is 12 divided by 2?
6.
So this thing will be 6 when you multiply them together.
Oh.
You remember that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do y'all like that? Again, the ones cancel out. Now it's just 12 divided by 2. Same thing here. Ones cancel out. So you have 12 divided by 4. So this turns into, this would turn into 4. All right, this one's a little different. Not too much. Okay, because these won't cancel out. But here's what you do. 12 divided by 4, 3. And now just multiply it by this. 15. Okay, so one more time. 12 divided by 4, that's 3 times the top's going to be 15. Everybody see what I did there? Does everybody like that method? Okay. All right, so let's go over it one more time. Tell me what to write once we multiply this whole thing by 12. 6z plus 3 equals... Perfect. Do I need to go over that again?
How'd you get 15?
We did 12 divided by 4, so that gave us 3, and then you just multiply that by the top 5. 12 divided by 3, so that's 4z. Yeah, anytime you have a question like that, just blurt it out. You don't have to raise your hand. Don't feel like you can't ask me questions. Just
Wait, so you divide this out, you multiply
come out right here. Yeah, divide this way, then multiply that by the top. Alright, so from here, what do y'all want to do? We have lots of options. Subtract 3. Alright, we'll have it your way. So, on this side, the 3's cancel out, right? Bring down the 6z. On this side, very good, because you can't subtract 3 from that 4, just a 15. Slow down, slow down. Yes, subtract 4z, and you'll get what on this side? Equals. Good. And how'd you get z equals 6? Very good. Alright, everybody doing okay still? Cool. Yes, you are. Alright, try C and D, just those two on your own. We'll go over them, and then we'll do the same thing with E and G. So if you get done with C and D like really quick, you can move on to E and G. One more thing, I'm pausing this right now. Somebody please remind me to... Other answers? I saw a lot of the same mistakes being made. So let's talk about it. Negative 6 is correct, but let's discuss why. Did anybody get a decimal for this one? I know a few of you did. It's okay, you don't have to raise your hand. What's the first thing that, I'm going to cover this up, that Antonio should do? Distribute what? Good, to get rid of the grouping symbols. So he did that. He got negative 10x minus 20 minus 12x plus 15, okay? Do I have to, let's talk about these two. Would I have to add 12x to 10x? Like, would I have to do plus 12x right here to combine these two? Why don't I have to change that sign? Good. They're on the same side of the equal sign, right? So you only change it over, like in this one, when we're moving the 8 somewhere, correct? Everybody see that? So when he combined these, he got negative 10x minus 12x gave you negative 22x. And then negative 20 minus 15 gave him negative 35. Now, since he's moving to 35 over is when he changes the sign, okay? So he got negative 22x equals 132. Then you'll have to divide by negative 22 and get negative 6. Alright, any questions about that one? If you don't have that, please copy it down. You will need it. I get your test questions from your notes and homework, and you won't see any questions on the test that you haven't seen already. Alright. What did y'all get for D? Tell me. Tell me what you get. Oh, y'all haven't finished it yet?
R equals
15. Anybody get anything different?
For whatever reason, I got negative 5 halves.
Okay. Anybody get anything different?
I got no solution.
Alright, anybody got anything else? Okay, let's go over this one. I'm going to put this person's work up here, and I think this means no solution, right? Okay, let's talk about what everybody did on this one. From here to here, he just brought this down. Tell me if from here to here is correct, okay? He brought down the R, it looks like. What'd you do here? Yeah, sorry. Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am? Okay. Alright, so from here to here, what'd you do? -4? And got what?
-8, -4.
Good. Everybody okay with that step? Everybody was there? Alright, from here to here, tell me what you did.
I added the 8 over to the other side and got 15.
Okay. And left everything else the same, right? So I'm going to write that in if you don't mind. +8 +8. So that canceled out. Everybody got to here okay? Cool. What'd you do from here to here?
Trying to remember one.
He just combined these.
Yeah,
Yep, he just combined these. They're on the same side, so you could just do 1 - 4. Is everybody okay with that? And then from here to here, what happens when you combine the 3 R's? They cancel, right? If you do +3R to a -3R, what's going to happen? Cancels to 0, right? I'm going to darken this a little bit. He had 15 on this side left over. So does 15 equal 0? No. So anytime you have that, it's going to be what? No solution. Do y'all remember that from Algebra 2 with Trig? Did everybody take Algebra 2 with Trig last year? Anybody take anything different? What'd y'all take?
Algebra 2 with Trig.
Oh,
That teacher was terrible.
okay. We won't go there. Anybody else take anything different? What'd you take? Oh. Y'all know that this is easier than pre-cal.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
problem.
like I signed up for AP stats, but they only offered it during 7th, and I have volleyball 7th, so I had to take it.
Okay. That's fine. That means you should just do really, really well.
Street math, really,
Alright, moving on. Alright, so try, we already did F, right?
Yeah.
Try E and G together. We'll do H together, okay? So try E and G on your own. E and G on your own. Please let me know if you have help here, or I can be mean and pick somebody. I really don't want to be mean.
Just be mean and pick me.
Okay. Alright, so let's do, we haven't done D, right? Yes, we did. Alright, we haven't done E. So tell me what to do here.
I thought we were on G. I mean, I did E. I was confident about G, but now
You want to do that one?
we can do E.
Okay. Go ahead, Cade, right? Cade.
I kept 5H - 7. I just brought it down, and then I multiplied the other side. Got 5H - 10 + 3.
Alright, stop there. Any questions about that part? Alright, go ahead.
And then I added -10 and the 3 because they're both the same. Then I got 5H - 7 equals 5H - 7 on both sides.
Okay.
So I believe that's like all real numbers.
Good. Infinite solutions. Now, if you went further and tried to combine your H's, anybody do that? Or move the 7s or anything? Okay, if you move the H's, so like -5H, if I wanted to move that over, what would I get?
0.
I would get, huh?
-7.
Good. And is that true? Yes. So if you get a number that actually equals a number and it's true, then it's infinite solutions, and you can write infinite solutions. You can write all real numbers, whatever floats your boat if you can't draw an infinity sign. Okay? Any questions about that one? Thank you, Cade.
No problem.
Alright, anybody want to help me with G? Alright, Solomon, right? Help me out.
Okay, so you're gonna multiply 4 on both sides.
Alright, why'd you pick 4? And why are we multiplying? You're right, I'm just asking.
Wait, what did you say?
He left you hanging. Okay, who can help him out? Brandon.
Just to get rid of that 4 for the fraction.
Good, we don't want the fractions. And the common denominator, this denominator is what? 1. So the common denominator between 4 and 1 is 4. Alright? What happens when we multiply this by 4, Solomon?
What, the top?
This one. This term right here.
4 cancels out.
Very good. And you get,
X plus 3.
alright, on the other side?
That's going to be 20.
Very good. And now,
You're going to subtract 3 on both sides and get 17.
perfect. Any questions on that one? Alright. Last one. Who can help me? Who's brave? Antonio's brave. He's always brave.
Wait, H?
Yes. H.
Stab at it.
Okay. What do you think we should do first?
I think we should multiply 2/3 and 6.
2/3 by 6
Distribute the 2/3 and the 3/4.
into the
Yes.
numbers?
I
Okay.
think we should actually simplify 2/3.
I found that to be very difficult.
Alright. There's a bunch of different ways to do this one. If you're not scared of fractions, like Cade's not scared of fractions, obviously, you can distribute. Okay? And that's fine. Some people are comfortable with that, and I'm okay with that. I don't want you to turn it into decimals. Okay? I want you to either face the fractions head on. If you can do that, that's awesome. But what if I couldn't face fractions head on? What if I wanted to get rid of them?
Forget the problem.
No.
I mean,
Y'all know how to do this. We just went over it. How do we get rid of fractions? Multiply by common denominator. Yes. And the common denominator, I'm talking about just the two fractions in the problem, okay? So the bottom is 3 and 4. So we would need to multiply it by 12. Okay. So here's my question. Would I have to multiply, like, everything by 12? Like this, 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 this? Why? Okay. Somebody said no. Why do you think no?
It's outside the 10%.
Yes. Okay, so isn't this going to be multiplied by these two terms? So if I multiply this 12 by this, I mean, this is going to these anyways, right? So whoever said that's exactly correct.
Michaela.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. You only have to multiply the 12 by this fraction, but we do have to multiply it by the negative 18, okay? So if y'all remember my trick, what's going to be 12 times 2 over 3? Somebody said it. 8. Good, because you do 12 divided by 3. That's going to be what? 4 times 2? 8. Let's go and fix that. So 8. 60 minus 18. We don't have to change that. So just bring this down. Alright, try my trick with this one. What's 12 times 3 over 4? Perfect. Did everybody see that? 12 divided by 4 is 3. Times 3 is 9. And somebody tell me, what is negative 18 times 12? You can use a calculator. Thank you. Negative 216. Now, who wants to help me out with the rest of it? Okay. Go ahead, Michaela.
Okay. 8 times 6c is 48c. 8 negative 18 is negative 144. And minus 8c is 72c plus 288 plus 216. When it times the 48c and 72c, 140c. And negative 144 plus 288 is 144 minus 216. So negative 216.
You're good.
140c is 60. And you divide that, it's negative 3.
Very good. Alright, I know we had to go through that quickly because we're running out of time. I'm going to leave that up there so you can finish copying it down. I forgot what now? Yes, thank you. Alright, wait. Yeah. Y'all can go ahead and start packing up. I wanted to ask y'all though, how are we